All right, perfect. So, where are we? There we are.
It feels weird without the others.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so quiet.
More quiet, right? That's what I was going to say. Okay, all good. Let's do this. So, division of decimals by whole numbers is fairly straightforward. There's nothing really too overly complicated about this, as long as you know your long division. The harder one would be decimals dividing by decimals. That's the one that is going to be a little bit harder. But decimals by dividing by whole numbers are very easy. And just so you know, when we write something in long division, it means it's actually 3.25, divided by 5. Cool. So it's not 5 divided by 3.25. Some students read it like that. It's wrong. It's actually 3.25 divided by 5. So the 5 goes in the outside, just so you're aware of that. And then all you ask yourself is, how many times does 5 go into 3? You would say 0, and then there's a decimal, and then you obviously carry your 3 over. Do we remember long division like this?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Anissa?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah, I do it a different way. I do it down.
Downwards?
Yeah.
It works the same way, to be honest with you. Maybe you might find this pretty a bit easier. Downwards is like, I teach that as well, so don't think it's wrong or anything. It's just, I feel like if you know downwards, then you really would know this horizontal one.
Oh,
But you'll
at
just
school
tell me.
they called it short division.
Yeah. I used to do
No, it's actually called long.
I used to do that, but sometimes I would get the wrong answer, and when I did it long division, I would get the right answer.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. Well,
At
if it works
school-
for you, just keep going with the vertical.
At school they call it short division.
No, short division is just like 35 divided by 7. And that's short. But if you got to do these, they have to be called long division.
Oh, okay.
As soon as you see pretty much this sign, it's long division. Okay, so, and then, yeah, how many times does 5 go into 32? You would say 6 times. 5 times
Remainder
6,
2,
30, and then
5.
5.
that makes sense, right, Anissa? Yours will work exactly the same way. What you'll do, you'll just bring the 3 down, and then you bring the 2 down, and then you ask yourself the same thing. 5, 32 is 6, and you'll write 30, and I think you subtract, and then you write 2, and then you bring the 5 down. Yeah. In fact, just so you know, when you do, I mean, it's a few years away still, but there's a topic in year 11, extension math, where we have to actually do long division of algebraic terms, and you can't actually do it horizontally. So you do need to know it vertically. So for students who have done it vertically, to them it's really easy, but for those students who've done it horizontally, it's a little bit complicated trying to learn this way again. And
Yeah.
so it's a good one that you've learned. It's fine. So let's do one together, and then I'll make you girls just do a few on your own to get the hang of it. So 2 into 3, you would say 1, and then there's a remainder of 1. 2 into 14, it's 7, nothing remaining, so then decimal. 2 into 5, you would say 2, remainder 1. 2 into 16, we're going to say 8, and we're done. Any questions there?
No.
So like I said, if you're doing decimals divided by whole numbers, they're very easy. As long as you keep everything in line, as like always, like the decimal in the decimal place has to be in line, then it shouldn't really go too far fetched. So let's do question 2 to question 5. Get your papers out, write them out, and give me answers for those ones. We have the answer for the first one yet?
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got 9.6.
Anissa, do you agree with it?
Yes.
5 times 9. Well, 5 into 4 goes 0. 5 into 48 goes 9 times. So 5 times 9 is 45. And then if you do it the long way, like your way, 48 take away 45 is 3. Bring the 0 down. And then you got decimal. 5 into 30 is 6. Oh, it's good. Or remainder. Yeah. No, it wasn't you, Adele. And it's, yeah, no, that's better. Sorry, I had to mute you, Adele. I didn't know who it was. You got to unmute yourself. Adele. There we go. All right, number 3.
3. Do you want me to go? Or-
Yeah, go.
Okay, I got 3.9.
You are correct. Oh, 3.9.
I got a different.
What'd you get?
3.09.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh.
No, you can't say oh now. Hold on. 4 into 1, 0. 4 into 12, 3. 4 into 3, what would you say? 0. And then 4 into 36 goes 9 times. Do you get that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then again, 8 into 9, 1. Remainder 1. 8 into 17,
2.
2. Remainder
2.
8 into 16, 2. 6 into 1, 6 into 13, remainder 1. 6 into 16, 2.
2.8.
Good job. Anissa, all happy? All good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Division by a decimal. Now, you want to remember this for the rest of your life because there's not one person I have met that has ever got this right. So if you go up to anyone and you tell them what's 0.2, or I'll make it easier, what's 0.4 divided by 0.2, there's not one person that will get that right. Or if you tell them what's 0.4 times 0.2, they also won't get that right. So if it's a decimal by a decimal, alarm bells should be ringing because these ones are commonly done incorrectly. Now, hopefully, I can show you in a very easy way. It is a little bit complicated at the beginning, but if you just follow the rule that I'm going to state, it should be fairly straightforward. Just if you're curious, 0.4 divided by 0.2, the answer is actually 2. Just 2, which sounds really weird to a lot of people because they're like, wait, what? 0 divided by another 0 number and it gives me 2? Yeah, it does. And the reason why is because if you think of these decimals as fractions, because decimals are just fractions, right? When we divide fractions, if you remember this from before, what do we do when we divide fractions?
You swap them. Flip
You
them.
multiply and flip. And then that becomes 40 on 20, which becomes 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So it does work. It's just a lot of people don't understand that because they're taught their whole lives, of course. 4 divided by 2 has to give you a smaller number. But with decimals, when you're dividing, it's actually going to get you a bigger number sometimes. And that's okay. All right. Let's see how we do it, because we're not going to do that every time. So the trick to it is if I ever said, I'll do the first one, I'll do the top one. If I ever told you to divide a decimal by a decimal, trick you want to remember, we can only divide by a whole number. Right? And we saw that a bit last week. Remember I did a bit of whole number stuff? Said it's got to be a whole number. So if you come up here, it's got to divide. You see these are whole numbers? they've got to be whole numbers. Do we get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 0.2, where are we? Yeah. 0.2, I'm dividing it by 0.2. It's not exactly like I can't divide by 0.2. I can only divide by a whole number, which would be what? What would the whole number be?
2.
2. Now, when you've moved this one place to the right to get 2, you have to move this also one place to the right, which is 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's go through that one more time. We can only divide by a whole number, which means not this one here specifically must be a whole number. So this one here must always be a whole number. So therefore I move this one place to the right, and there it is. I moved it one place to the right. Then what you do once you've done that, if you've moved only this one time, then you'll have to also move this one time. If you had to move this one twice, you'll have to match this, move it twice as well. So I move this, what did I say? I move this once, I move this once, and then I get 4 divided by 2, and the answer is
2.
just 2 straight away. And that's it, you don't go back. Whereas last week with multiplying, let me go up, just to refresh your memory. When we were multiplying, we did go back. So do we remember this? When we did these two, I said you have to do 301 times 5. You work out the answer. And then what do you got to do? You move this twice, you move this once, you've got to go back 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? With division, we don't go back. Whatever the answer is, as long as you divide it by a whole number, it's the answer. So let's have a look at a few examples. So you see this one here, 6.25 divided by 0.5. Am I allowed to have 0.5?
No.
No, it's got to be what? Divided by
5.
5. You've got to move this one place, it's going to be divided by 5. So you can't just move this once, you've got to also move this guy once. So what number does it become?
62.5.
Yeah, but in reality, what you're doing, instead of this long division, you're actually doing this. 5 into 62.5. And then you just do it normally, like we were just doing. 5 into 6, 1. Remainder 1. 5 into 12, 2. Remainder 2. 5 into 25. And then that's the actual answer, 12.5. So what's the answer to 6.25 divided by 0.5? Weirdly enough, it gets you 12.5. But that's the way you've got to do it. Okay, let's do another. Any questions up to this point?
No.
Let's
But
do questions.
this is totally off topic. But how
Yes.
do you write?
How am I writing?
Yeah.
I've got a tablet. It's a graphic
Yeah.
that they use, like graphic designers. Do you know what a graphic
Yeah.
designer?
Oh, yeah.
They make, like, I don't know, cartoon characters and everything like that. I've got that actual tablet.
Well, that's cool.
So I use that to write and draw, and I've got like all these different colors of pens and pencils, and
Oh.
choose the thickness of my pen. If I don't want to use it, if I don't want to use a pen, I can use an actual pencil, so I can change it. I can change to a highlighter if I want to, and I can stamp and so on. Back to this. All right. Where are we? Question 2. All right. I can't divide by 0.2, so what should it be actually divided by? Once you start.
2.
2.
So this one's going to look like this. 2, and instead of it being 20.34, it's going to be 203.4. because you don't want to always write it this slow, right? We just want to pretty much go from here to here.
Yeah.
So you got to realize, move this once, move this guy once, move this guy once, move this guy once, move this guy twice, move this guy twice, and which we'll do right after this one. 2 into 2, 1. 2 into 0, you can't just skip Adele, you've got to write 0. 2 into 3, 1. Remain the 1. 2 into 14. Any questions?
No.
Question 11, let's do that. Move it twice. What number does it become on the left?
15.
Move it twice. What number does it become on the right?
345. No, 3.45.
No.
34.
And this is,
Yeah, 30.5.
you can't just like that. But that's, look, Adele, you do that often, right? You said 345, it was wrong. Then you're like, okay, you just quickly made it up another answer, it was wrong. You can't do that. You don't look. What worries me is it's okay to do it with me, right? What I get worried about is if you were to do that in an exam and you're just going to take a guess straight away, it's going to be wrong, and then you're going to try to take another guess without thinking, then it's going to be wrong again. Well, I'll rather just teach you to stop for like 5 seconds. Don't take a guess, just think about it, and then take a guess. So instead of rushing so quickly, just pause for 2-3 seconds and then do it. I'm worried that in an exam, like a lot of questions, you might know what to do, but because you're taking just like a quick guess or trying to rush through it, you might be nervous. It's a big exam and whatever, and it's just going to be really bad. So I like to avoid that. Okay, let's do this. 15 into 3. You would say 0. 15 into 34, obviously twice. Remainder 4, because 15 times 2 is 30. And then 15 into 45, 15, 30, 45, I think that's 3 times. So the answer to this one is 2.3. Now, because I did say this is actually the worst section for everybody, Year 7, Year 8, Year 9, Year 10 students, they don't master it because there's a bit of, you got to think a little bit, you got to move it, and you got to remember to do that. This is very poorly done by all high school students. So you're going to hate me, but you girls got to do every single one.
Oh.
I know. It's the only way you're going to actually remember these skills for when you do it at school. So just start. Don't rush through it. Just do it one by one, and let's get it out. Don't worry. You'll hate me now. You'll love me when you're doing it at school, and you're ahead of everybody else. And everybody else is going to be looking at it confused because your teachers won't say it this way, right? They're going to do it a little bit differently. But you're going to do it my way, and you're going to be like, I remember all this. It's fine.
Okay.
Cool. Get stuck with it, let me know. I'll go through it again. If you have an answer for one, maybe if you find an answer for question 3, let me know and we'll check it together. Do we have the answer for question 3 yet?
Yeah.
What's your answer?
I got 6.52.
You are correct. Great. Question 4. Done that yet or not yet?
Yeah.
What's your answer for that?
6.6.
Adele, what about you? Adele, are you there?
Yeah. I was on mute.
Okay, that's all right.
Yes.
You agree with question 3?
Yeah.
And what about question 4?
6.6.
Okay. We're up to question 5. Have you done that yet?
Yes.
All right, what's your answer for that one?
6 over 48 equals 8.
Say that again.
8.
The answer is 8? No.
Yeah. Huh?
No, the answer's not going to be 8 for this one.
Oh no. 8. Oh, oops, I did a mistake.
Okay. I'm sure you can fix it up. So it'll look like this. 6 into 4.8. So how many times does 6 go into 4?
0.
0. And then 48. 6 into 48.
0.8.
Yeah, 0.8. Close. Good job. And you say you're okay with that one?
Yeah.
All right. Have you done question 6 yet?
No, I'm on that one.
Done. I'll wait.
Sam.
Oh no, I completely forgot that we had tutoring today.
That's okay. At least you're here now.
Yeah. I just looked at the time and then I realized.
You realize you're like, Sam, I missed him.
So I just need to go get a pencil, bro.
That's fine. Yes, Adele?
I didn't get question 6 and 7 and 8 and carry on.
Okay, no problems. Tell me, how many times are you going to move this guy over?
2,
All right, so what number does it become?
3,
Yep. And then you're going to move this guy twice. So 1, 2. What number does this become?
0.
Yeah. So what number does it become?
480.
Yes. So there's 0 there, becomes 480, and then I'm sure you can do it, right?
Oh yeah.
And Anissa, you're okay with that? Did you do that exactly
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
And then what was your answer? 160, I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ah. My doggy.
Okay. What question number are we up to now?
10.
10.
Nice.
Sam, do we still do question 11 or no?
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
So how do we do this?
Very easy, Bobby. All you've got to do is you have to divide by whole numbers. So you can't divide by 0.4. So if you look at question 2, actually, question 2, we've got 0.2 into 20.34. You can't do that. You have to divide by a whole number. So this one here, you have to move it one place to the right, and that becomes 2. And then 20.34, you've got to also move it one place to the right, which becomes 203.4. And then you'll just use your long division skills. Look at question 11. Can I divide by 0.15? The answer would be no, because it's a decimal. You can only divide by a whole number. So you've got to move it twice. 1, 2. That becomes 15. And then you've got to move this guy twice as well. 1, 2. Which becomes 34.5. And then you just use your long division. Make sense, Bobby?
Yep.
Yeah. You might remember this again from last year. I don't know.
Sam.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to do dividing by the 2 digits. Can you just help me on that?
Yeah, which one? All of them?
Yeah, like all the 2-digit numbers.
But it works the same way like this. Like, for example, when I did 11, I asked myself 15 into 3. Because it's not really like the fact that it's 2 digits. It's more about, you got to know you can double your 15. Anyways, let's have a look. 15 into 3. Does 15 go into 3?
No.
No, so that's 0. And then how many times would 15 go into 34? Well, what's 15 times 2? That's the first thing I would do. 15 times 2 is 30. And that's pretty close to 34, so it would go twice, and then there's a remainder of 4. And then again, you'd have to ask yourself 15 into 45, how many times? 15, 30, 45. so on. So let's do question 12. Question 12. What
Oops.
am I going to write in the outside?
Uh,
On the outside, I would write 25.
5.
Yep.
And then 49.5.
Okay, and then again, you ask yourself 25 into 4. How many times does 25 go into 4? Well, 0. 25 into 49 actually only goes one time, doesn't it? Because what's 25 times 2?
50.
Yeah, so the next one would be 50, which unfortunately is it's not there. So one time, and then there's a remainder of 24.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's a big number. 250 into 250, 25 into 245. It's a few times. Now I can tell you what the answer is. It's 9. The way I got it is you might have just heard me say 250. Now 245 I know is very close to 250, and I know 250 is just 25 times 10.
Oh.
So I know it can't be times 10. That's why I'm choosing 25 times 9. And then just to see what it is, 9 times 5 is 45. So 5, 2 times 9 is 18. 225. And there's still a remainder of how much? There's still a remainder of 20, isn't there?
Yeah.
So right now we're going to write remainder 20s. We're going to work on how to do division decimals soon. We haven't done that. Right now, I'm okay with that answer. Even though it's wrong, like it's not the best version of writing it, a decimal with a remainder, but for now we're going to do that until I show you how to convert fractions to decimals.
Okay.
Bobby, you're okay with them?
Yep.
So you got like question 4, 5, 6 right, for example?
I don't know if I got it right.
Well, they're there.
Oh, okay.
But 6.6?
I got the first one right. But I got the
Right.
second one wrong. And I got, sorry, the third one wrong. I got the first one right.
Which one is the third one?
The third one, like 6. I got that right.
Yep. And then which one did you get
And I
wrong?
got question 5 right. And then question 4 right. The last one, question 6, I got wrong.
Oh, question 6 you only got wrong. Okay, so 0.03, how many times do you have to move it? 2 times.
2, sorry, 2.
2. And then, of course, with 4.8, it was 4.8 in case you might have not seen that. You have to move that twice, which becomes 480. And then I'm sure you could have done the division. 3 into 4 is 1, 18, 3 into 18 is 6.
Oh, all right.
Maybe
Ow.
Bobby, just do these last 2, because I think the girls are up here as well. So you might as well. And girls, let's do 14 and 15. And at least we can just move on now. Do we have an answer for question 14?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's on the outside firstly? What did you do?
3.
3. And then move this twice.
24.96.
Okay. And then what's your actual answer now?
8.32.
You are correct. Adele, did you get that?
Yeah.
Bobby, what about you?
Yeah.
You did? You understand everything we've done there?
Yeah. I'll just finish now.
Great. Great work. All right, question 15. Last one. You've got to move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You've got to move this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Just take your time. You might need to write this one a bit bigger because I can see it's just going to be a little bit annoying. Oh no, it actually works out nicely because into 108. 12 into 108 should work out nicely.
Are we doing question 15?
Yeah, and I wrote the division right here for you if you want to use it.
Sam, where's everyone else?
I don't know, they might have forgotten just like you.
Yeah. Probably because I think they forgot to change the time to like the end of daylight savings.
Probably.
And then they'll come at like 6:30. 1 hour late. Sam, I'm not sure if I got question 15 right.
Let's wait and see.
Okay.
Okay, anyone have an answer for this?
Kind of.
Okay, so 12 into 1, 0. 12 into 10, 0. 12 into 108, 9. 12 into 2, you would say 0. 12 into 27, well, that goes into twice, 24, and it remained the 3.
Yes, I got it right. I got
Now,
it right.
This remainder 3 business is what I don't like. Maybe we start with this actually, because I think we did do this. Do we remember that? Do we remember how to write 3 over 12 as a decimal? We would put the 12 in the outside, 3 in the inside, and then you put a whole bunch of zeros.
Oh yeah.
No.
Have we done that? Anissa, did we? Oh, no. Bobby, we did it last year. That's probably why you remember it. All right, leave it. We'll do it soon. Remainder 3. We'll do that soon, and then we'll get the full answer out properly. All right, looks good. Oh, there it is.
Well, oh, yay.
Yay.
Convert fractions to decimals.
Oh, wait, I have done this. Oof,
Do it.
I think. I'm not sure.
All right, it's okay. That's all we can do. So it's a little bit fun. It's a technique to convert fractions to decimals, and the way we do that. Oh, the decimals. Nice. So 8. 5 over 8. Okay, here we go. We put the 8 in the outside, we'll put the 5 in the inside. Cool?
Yeah.
Now, when you're trying to convert a fraction to a decimal, you're going to get stuck because you'll see, can 8 go into 5? You'll say no, it's 0, and then you're stuck because you've got nothing else. So the trick to it is you actually put a point and you create a whole bunch of zeros. Now, it doesn't actually matter how many zeros you make. If you make more, it's better than making less. So let's just say I did a whole bunch of them like that, right? You wouldn't ever need to do that many, but let's just say I did. What you now can do at least, and then you created a decimal, so you put a decimal there. Now you've at least created the number 50. So 8 into 5, you said 0. You would carry it and make that into 50. Now, how many times does 8 go into 50?
6 times.
And then 6 times 8 is 48. You've got a remainder of 2.
2.
8 into 20, you would say 2, remainder of 4. And then 8 into 40 is 5. So I just converted. And then all these zeros I didn't need, but you don't know how many zeros you need. And there it is. So 5 over 8 is 0.625.
You just keep on converting and converting until you have no remainder, right?
See, sometimes, not exactly. Look, 1 over 7 is going to keep going. And it'll just keep going and going and going. And there will be a repetition eventually, but you'll always have a remainder. So if it's a case like this, which I'll do in a sec, you can just stop after 3. You don't need to do more than 3. But I will do more than 3 just to show you. 7 into 1. Nisa, you okay with this so far? What I've said there? Are you there? Might be on mute.
Who?
Anissa, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep. Was this okay, this first one?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this one now. Okay, 7 into 1, you would say 0, then put a whole bunch of, then put a decimal, put a whole bunch of zeros. 7 into 10, you would say 1 time, remainder 3. 7 into 30, you would say 4 times, remainder 2. 7 into 20, you would say 2, remainder 6. 7 into 60, you would say 8, remainder 4. 7 into 40, you would say 5, remainder 5. 7 into 50, you would say 7, remainder 1. 7 into 10, you would say 1, remainder 3. And then now, once you see there's going to be a pattern, so what will happen, it will go 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1.
Oh my gosh.
8, 5, 7, yeah, which is annoying. So you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is just write, the answer is 0.14. And if you're rounding 2, you got to round up because the next number is an 8. So 0.143, for example, rounded to 3 decimal places. Okay. Any questions about that? So usually it's 3.
Why do you have to round up to 3? Why can't you just put the 1 or 2? Yeah.
Good question. When we're rounding, it's like you got, I don't know. Imagine you went to the shops and you bought something for this. Are you going to be able to pay them 62 cents?
No.
So you got to round down, and because you know we only have 5 cents, so these are going up by 5s. If it's 62, you'll round down to 60, and if it's obviously 63, you'll round up to 65, right? You know that.
Yeah.
Now, same thing when we're rounding like this. If I said round to 3 decimal places, that means you got to count 1, 2, 3. There it is. But to round the 3rd decimal place, you have to always. We'll be doing rounding soon. You haven't done rounding yet. You would have done it only in year 6, but you know some primary school teachers teaches very well. So we'll be doing it soon. But if you have to round this, you have to look at the number after this, so which is an 8. And if it's greater than 5, if it's bigger than 5, you have to round this number higher. If it's less than 5, you keep it the same.
Okay.
So if it's bigger than or equal to 5, you round up. So in this case, it's 0.143. If it was like this, just so you know, 1423, because this 3 is smaller than 5, my answer becomes just 142. 0.142. Whereas, yeah. But right now, look, because we're not looking at rounding yet, I'm just being very particular because I know I'm about to teach this to you next term. I thought I might as well introduce it now. But I'll be okay with you girls writing like 142 for now. But if you want to write it the proper way, which is what we'll need to do next term anyways, you might as well start learning this rounding. Okay. So convert fractions to decimals. I'll do the first one with you just to get you started, and then you guys can do the rest. Here we go.
The whole thing?
We'll do, because there's 3 of you now, we'll do 5 questions each.
Oh, okay.
And at least that way we can get answers off each one. And you can keep that. Question 1, for now, I'll do 3 over 8. That becomes 8 into 3. 8 into 3, 0, and then what do I do?
Add zeros.
And add my zeros. Don't forget the decimal as well. 8 into 30, you would say 3 times. 8 times 3 is 24. Remainder, 6. Yeah?
Yep.
8 into 60, you would say 7 times, remainder 4. 8 into 40, you would say 5 times, and there's nothing remaining, so you're done. All right. This is for, let's do that one. Oh, actually, no, just to make it fair. We'll go like this. We'll go Adele.
Hey.
That's not going to work. Adele, Anissa, Bobby. Add and Bobby. Add and Bobby. And then last one, add and Bobby. So how many questions? 4 questions. 4 questions each.
Yeah.
And I'll do the last 2. But at least that way we can all share our answers with each other.
So Sam, when do we stop though? Like till we get the answer?
I'm happy for you to stop after 3 decimal places. Okay. Adele, you got the answer for the first one?
Yeah.
Which is? Obviously?
0.5.
Yeah, that's right. Anissa, next one. You got it out yet?
0.125.
Yep, easy. Bobby?
0.4.
Yep. Adele, have you got your next one?
Yeah. 0.75.
Yep, beautiful. Anissa, what about you?
0.2.
Yep, beautiful. Bobby? Not yet? We'll wait for that.
Sam, how do you do the one that I have? Question 11.
Question 11. You ignore the 1. Ignore the 1.
Oh, okay.
Right? But think of it. What does a 1 do? It doesn't become 0.125. It'll become 1.125. So the numbers in front are just whole numbers.
Ah,
Don't stress about them too much. It's just instead of it being a 0, it'll become a 1.
okay.
So you can ignore it and then just put a 1 at the front.
Oh, I was just muted. It just muted it for some reason.
I realized. Bobby, what's your answer for question 7?
I don't know. Like, I got 0.4, but that's not the full answer. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
it's not. Yeah, no, it's not 0.4.
Yeah.
I'll do that one with you so you can see it then. 15 into 9 would be 0. And then you've got 15 into 90. Is that right? Robbie?
Oh, I thought you were doing it.
Yeah, but
15.
can you hear me? 15 into 90.
Yeah.
How many times would that go? And it's a few times. It's in fact exactly 6 times.
I was gonna say, I'm not even joking.
6 times 1 is 60. 6 times 5 is 30. So that becomes 90. 60 plus. Anyways, that's it. So the answer is 0.6.
Okay.
Good. That's okay.
What are we doing now?
Did you finish up all of yours?
Yeah.
All right.
Me
What's your answer?
too.
Well, Adele, what's your answer for question 8?
I got 0.8.
You are right. Anissa, next one.
0.36.
You are correct. 6 over 50. Bobby,
I got 0.12.
you are right. Adele,
I
next one.
originally got 0.32, but I added the 1, so it would be 1.32.
You are correct. 5 over 20. Anissa, 0 point.
I'm still working on that one.
Okay. And Bobby,
I don't know how to do that one.
what?
That's that improper
Ignore
thing.
the 1.
Let
Ignore
me-
the 1.
Oh,
Just do 3 over 4.
I got my answer for 5 over 20. 0.25.
Correct. And Bobby, I'm sure you know
doing
what
it.
3 over 4 is. What's the answer to 3 over 4 as a decimal?
doing it.
Right here.
Where is it? It's a 0.75.
The answer to this one would be?
0.75.
Come on. It says a 1. 1.75. 1 and 3/4. So 1.75.
Oh,
There's a whole number of 1, right? So if question 3 was 1/8 is 0.125, question 15 says 1 and 1/8. What's the answer?
oh, 1.125.
And same thing with this one. 16 over 20, 0.8. So therefore 1 and 16 over 20 is 1 point.
1.08. Or just 1.8.
Just 1.8, yeah. All right. Okay, so we're going to have numbers like in this case, 1 over 3. When we did it, it goes on forever. we're allowed to just write it once and then just put a dot on the top. That means it goes on forever. So it's called repeating. Have you guys seen that before?
Yeah.
No.
No? All right, just for Adele. So if I've got 5 over 6, we realize that, you'll do it normally, it becomes 0.8, and then it's just going to keep repeating 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So what you would write, 0.8, 3, and then you put a dot on top of the 3, and that means the 3 is just repeating forever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I said 0.22222, I can just write that as 0.2, repeating. And that just means repeating, just so you know. Yep. So if I said 0.565656, that becomes 0.56. Both of them are repeating, the dot dot. If I said 0.566666, that becomes 0.56. Just the 6 is repeating.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense? Look at it. Look at them. Let me know if you want me to go through some more. No, makes sense. Okay. Adele, makes sense to you now as well? Oh, yep. You're probably on the mute. All right. Let's write these fractions again as decimals. We'll just do the same thing. Adele, you can do the first one, and then I think you guys get the pattern. And then one more. So 3 questions each. So convert these fractions as decimals exactly the same way.
Are we going through answers?
Yeah, have you finished all 3?
Yeah.
Good man. Let's just wait for the girls. Adele and Anissa, what about you?
I'm still working on it.
Yeah, we'll just wait for them. All good, Bobby. You'll just let me know when you're done.
I'm done.
What's going on in this one? Start getting some of these answers while we're doing that. So, Adele, what's your first one?
I got 0.6 dot.
Repeating. Let's say it properly. So we actually call it like this, just so if you want to read it, we say 0.6 and then we say repeater.
Okay.
Repeater means that dot. So 0.6 repeater, repeating.
Okay.
Cool. And then your next one, Adele? 1/7.
I got, I'm not sure, 0.40? 140?
142.
Yeah, 42, yeah.
857. This one we're right, but yeah, that's fine. I would have accepted that. That's okay. Yep, that's fine. Next, Adele, the one on 30.
I got 0.071.
071. No, that one should be that. Okay, come to that. That's okay. Bobby,
Oh, sorry.
5/15.
For the first one, I got 0.3 repeater.
Yep, and then 2/9.
0.2 repeater.
Perfect, and the last one.
1.01 repeater.
So it's actually 1.1. You don't need to put a zero.
Oh.
The zero that you have from here becomes a 1 because of this whole number. So it's just 1.1 repeater. Anissa, what was your answer for 1/6?
0.410 repeater.
0.41. No, something's gone wrong there as well. That should have been 0.16 repeater. That's fine. We'll do that one. Yep. What about this one? 5/12.
0.416 repeater.
That one's correct. And last one.
I'm just working on that one. I haven't quite got that one yet.
It's going to become like 571, something like that, and it won't be repeating anytime.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what happens on these two. So let's do your one first. And it says 1/6 becomes 6 into 1. The 6 goes into 1, no, 0. And we've got a whole bunch of zeros. 6 into 10. 6 into 10 is 1 time. Remainder 4. 6 into 40 is 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Remainder 4. 6 into 40 is 6 times. Remainder 4. And then once you realize the answer is 0.16, just repeating 6.
Oh, okay.
Adele, 1/30. So 30 into 1. 30 into 1 is 0. 30 into 10, you would also say 0. 30 into 100.
Yeah.
Is 30 going to 100? 3 times, because 3 times 30 is 90. Remainder 10.
Oh, yeah, that's what I got wrong.
And again,
I was
it goes
saying plus 70. I don't know why.
90, and then remainder 10. 30 into 100 is again 3. Remainder 10. 30 into 100 is 3, and then once you realize it's 0.03333333.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can we play Kahoot now?
What's the time? Not yet. Let's just do. Oh, we're doing it now. We can do it now. I thought it was going to be next term. Let's do last bit. We'll wrap it up real quick. Rounding of decimals. So to round off a decimal to the nearest whole number, we write down the whole number that it is closest to. So if I said right up to the nearest whole number,
Oh
the
yeah.
way you look at it is this. This
That's easy.
this three. Look, that's a whole number, but you have to look at the one right next to it, and if it's a 5 or more, we round up. If it's less than 5, we round down. So look at the one right next to it. It's a 3, so we round down, which is just a 4. It's an 8, we round up, which means it becomes a 6. This is a 0.2, which means it's less than 5, we round down, so it becomes just a 6. And then if it's 4.5, if it's 5 or more, we round up. So what does that happen? What happens to the 4? It becomes a 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yes.
Bobby, did you say not really?
Yeah, I don't really get it.
Okay, maybe this next one. And then if you don't get it after this, let me know and I'll go back for you. To round up a number to a certain decimal place, look at the next digit. Again, if it's a 5 or more, we round up. If it's less than 5, we round down. So let's look at this. Round off to 2 decimal places. Ready? 4.5329. All right. 2 decimal places means 53. But whenever you're rounding, you look at the next digit. So what does the 2 do to the 3? Does it keep it the same or does it round up?
Keeps
Two.
it the same.
Yeah, because it's less than 5, we're going to round down. Round down, I like to keep it, think of it as stay same. Because some students might think round down means actually go down 1, but it means 32 becomes like a 30. But anyways, there it is, 53. All right, let's try it again. Two decimals, 83. What does the 7 do to the 3? Makes it a 4. Did you get that, Bobby? A bit better now? A little bit better? Bobby?
No, I still don't get it.
Yeah, let's try this one. I want to round it to 2 decimal places. So 1, 2, and what must you always do?
Go to the next digit.
Yeah, look at the next digit. So 1, 2, and then I'm going to look at the next digit. It's an 8. What does the 8 do to my 6?
Do to what?
What does the 8 do to my 6?
It keeps it the same.
No, if it's an 8, if it's 5 or more, you have to round up.
Oh, so you round up by 1.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And then if it was like this, just wait, look at it again. It was 6.562. Again, 2 decimal places. There it is, 1, 2. Then you look at the one after, so you look at your 3rd decimal place, technically. What does the 2 do to the 6?
I have to round down.
Yeah, so that means it keeps it the same. So it's 0.56.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yep.
All right, wait, let's look at it one more time. What if I said 1 decimal place? So these were 2 decimal places. What if I said 1 decimal place? If I said 1 decimal place, I'm only looking at the 5, yeah? But when I look at the 5, what must I look at for it to tell me if it's going to round up or down?
6.
Okay,
Oh,
look
the next digit.
Yeah, the next digit, which is the 6. What does the 6 do to this 5? Keep it the same or round up?
Round up.
Yeah, so the answer is 6 point.
6.8.
No, just 6.6. It's got to be 1 decimal place. You're looking at one answer. Let's try some of these ones again. It says round to the nearest whole number, right? If I've got 4.2, whole number means this one here. I've got to look at the one after. What does the 2 do to my 4? Keeps it the same or round up?
Keeps it the same.
Yeah, so what's your answer there?
It's 4.2.
No. Okay, wait. What you're struggling with is if it's a whole number, that means you can't have any more decimals. It's going to be just 4. So you're only looking at that number. But to round that number, you've got to look at the next one. So it's just the whole number. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a few more because I think this is done really poorly right now. All right, Bobby. Well, we're going to do one each. So Anissa, we're going to start with you, and then Adele, and then Bobby, you're going to do the next one. So here we go, and I'll walk you through it together. And then if someone says an answer and you don't understand how they got it, just let me know, and then we'll go through it again. So Anissa, round to the nearest whole number, which means you look at the first decimal place, and that should tell you if you're going to round up or if you're going to keep it the same, and you only want a whole number. So does the 3
2.
change my 2 or
No.
keep it the same?
Keep it the same.
So what's your answer?
2.3.
No. Okay. It's got to be a whole number.
Oh, so 2.
Just 2.
Okay.
All right. Next one. Adele, does it change my 4 or keep it the same?
It changes.
So it becomes a
5.
5. That's it. Just a whole number.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're rounding. Next one. Bobby,
The answer is just 9.
9. Yeah. Next one. Anissa.
Yep.
So you look at
12.
0.1. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys do what you get.
13. Yeah.
And then Bobby, what's this?
14.
No.
Oh, sorry, 15. 15.
And then 28.
30.
1, 1, 3. 1,
3,
4.
4.
152.
2, 201, 43, because who cares about all these numbers? Just about the 0. And then what's
One.
0.6 going to become? Oh, yeah, someone said it. 1. And
Me.
this is 14. Are we happy with that? So
Yeah.
we get whole numbers now. Now let's look at 2 decimal places.
Oh.
Bobby, look, 2 decimal places. 1, 2. That means your answers, just so you understand, your answers must have at least 2 decimal places. Well, no, sorry, not at least. It must only have 2 decimal places. If I said round it off to 1 decimal place, it can only have 1 decimal. If I said whole number, it can't even have a decimal. But for you to round to 2 decimal places, you have to always look at its neighbor, the one right next to it. That's just the rule for rounding. Okay, so 1, 2. I look at the one after. Bobby, does the 2 change the 5? Does this 2
Yeah.
change the 5?
Doesn't it change to 3?
No, it doesn't. Because this 2, wait, what you're not getting, look. All right. Bobby, ready? We found the weakness for you. 3.45, right? 1, 2. Look at this one here. Is this 2 bigger than or equal to 5?
No.
No. So if it's not, then your answer is just 3.45, 2 decimal places. You keep it the same.
Alright.
If this was a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this number here was any of these, this number now, this 5, only the 5 changes, becomes a 6. And that's it. So 45 becomes 46. Okay. We'll move on to Anissa and we'll come back eventually to you again, Bobby. Anissa, this one, 0.345. 2 decimal places. 1, 2. What does the 5 do to my 4?
35.
So it becomes-
0.35.
Oh, you got it. All right, Adele, your turn.
35.6.
Nah, you're
No,
wrong.
0.5.
Wrong.
No, I
Okay.
got it. It's 34.5.
No, 34.2 decimal places. 1, 2. What does the 4 do to my 2? It doesn't change it, so it becomes 52. We're doing 2 decimal places. That means 2 numbers. All right, Bobby, back to you.
Oh, so 0.12.
Oh, come on. 1, 3. It's a 9. What do you do with the 9?
Oh, I went to the 4.
No, just the one right next to it. Only the one next to it. Okay, it's all right. Anissa, next one.
Yep.
What becomes 1 point now?
1.30.
Wait. Yeah, good girl. Yes. So again, the 6 is going to change the 9 up 1, and 29 is obviously going to become 30.
30.
All right, good. I think Anissa, I think you've pretty much mastered it, so that's amazing. Adele and Bobby, you're going to do the next 5. Here we go. Let's start off with you, Adele. 3.458. All right, 2 decimals. 1, 2. What does the 8 do to the 5? 8. What
Oh,
is it to the 5?
it makes it rounds it up.
So the answer becomes 3 point. Instead of 45,
3.5.
40.
45. 6.
You're rounding up. 1. 45 becomes 46.
Okay.
Nah, you're struggling. I know that. Bobby, what about you now? Let's try this one. 12.945.
It's 12.95.
Yeah, it looks like you're getting it. Wait, do one more, Bobby. Let me see. Do this one. 129 points.
129.46.
Yeah, you got it. All right. It looks like you smashed it. Adele,
Yeah.
last. It's got to be yours. Ready? 1.
3.44.
Yes, because it's a 1. So
Yeah.
you ignore all this. It's a 1. It doesn't change. So you got that. And last one. 1.
Who's doing it?
Adele, for you.
Oh. 1.29.
Yeah.
Yay. Oh, we don't have time to do a Kahoot, sad.
What time is it? Oh, fair enough. Well then, let's just finish off. I'll do these ones and just tell me if you agree with them then. And if you don't, just say stop and I'll go through it. So 1 decimal place means 1 number. I look at the 1 after it, it's a 3. I don't change this, it becomes 2.8. This is 2 decimal places, so I look at 1, 2. I look at the 1 after it, it's a 5. This has to go up by 1, so instead of me writing 32, it's going to be 33. Everything else stays the same. Nearest whole number means this one here, so I look at the 1 after it, it's an 8, this becomes 3. 2.8 becomes 3. 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place is this one. Look at the 1 after is a 3, this becomes 2 decimal places, 1, 2. Look at the 1 after, it's an 8, 9.94. 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3. Look at the 1 after, it's a 5. Makes the 8 into a 9. Any questions so far?
Nope.
Oh, that's good. We'll skip this one. This one, 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3. Look at the 6. Well, Adele, tell me the answer to 3 decimal places for this one. 28.
28.32.
3, 2.
6.
Yes.
Yay.
Bobby, tell me the answer to the last one here. 0. 2 decimal places.
So which number do I go to? Is it 3 or 9?
Yeah, you go to the 3. No, you're right.
Oh,
2
so it's just 0.99.
Yes. And Anissa, last one for you. Ready?
Yep.
This says 0.9, right? But this 9 would need
So
to
do you
round
add a
up.
1?
Yeah,
So it would be 1.0?
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Smiley face. Wow.
Some students actually write 1 there because it is 1. But the problem is it does say 1 decimal place. So you actually have to write 1.0. You have to write the 0.0. So if you just wrote 1, even though 1 and 1.0 is the same answer, you would get it wrong because 1 is the nearest whole number. 1.0 is to 1 decimal place. That's fantastic.
Okay.
Beautiful work, you guys. unfortunately, we couldn't play Kahoot today. We'll do that. I promise you next term. Enjoy your little holiday. We won't be doing any holiday lessons for you guys. We're doing it only with the year 11s and 12s and anyone else that's missed out on over the holidays. So have a nice little break.